The next installment in the Mario Kart series was just announced over a week ago, and today I really wanted to just take the time and go over the small snippet that we got so we can analyze it more and kind of like get a better glimpse into what we're about to get. Let's get into it. The opening shot sets the scene to what looks like a beautiful desert track, but not like the desert tracks that we're used to, kind of like, you know, the dry deserts and the desert hill. This more resembles the track Calamari Desert from Mario Kart 64. The first thing that popped in my head really was from Cars Route 66. It's a spitting image of that, and I think my suspicions were correct. If you look at the very bottom of the screen here, when the switch is turning, you can actually see it says Mario Bros Circuit with a figure 8, and it's in the Route 66 logo. So I'm guessing this is the very first track that we're going to be able to play. Nearly every Mario Kart game has one of these very simple tracks to kind of like get you into the game. Now, there's a few tiny details that we need to look at. You can see it says Luigi's Tires on the green sign, and it also says Mario Motors on the red sign. This is obviously just a little playful thing that they do in every Mario Kart game. It's kind of like the sponsors of the race or whatever. On the left, we have a building that's called Fireflower Gas Station with a little red vehicle on the top of it. And if you look very closely, we might actually be able to drive on this road in the game, because I think it kind of links back up with the track. By looking at this shot, I have a couple of inklings here. If you look at the far left, you can see another station with a burger on it with some stairs. I think you'll be able to drive in that area. What it looks like they're doing is that they're going to incorporate the different lap kind of variant thing that they did in Mario Kart Tour and then brought into Mario Kart in the booster pass. What it does is it changes up the laps every single time, so you're not actually doing the same lap over and over again like in the old games. You can see it here. These barriers could easily lift on the second lap. You can even see like the outline of the road there. So I think this idea could be true. I could be completely wrong, but that's what it looks like right now. Another thing you've probably heard about a million times now is that there's 24 starting spots instead of the classic 12. That is amazing. I remember way back in the day when it was only 8 characters on the DS and then the unbelievable leap to 12 on the Wii. I thought that shit was so freaking cool, man. I think that's a reasonable leap. Like 8 starting on the DS, moves up to 12 on the Wii, stays to 12 on the Nintendo Switch, and then well up to 24 on the Nintendo Switch too. I think that's fair enough. If we go slowly through, we can see some Yoshi, some Toads, and one of those fat hammer bros spectating. Nothing big here, you know, they do this in every game. We get a better look at the new Mario Kart logo on this sign. No, I'm not saying that it's going to be like the brand new logo on the box or anything, but for this track, we just get a nice little logo here. And underneath it, it confirms the name of the track to be Mario Bros Circuit. Cool. Very, very nice. At this angle, we get a nice look at the vehicles. Looks like Daisy is driving a boat and Rosalina is driving some sort of snowmobile. Bikes will be making a return. Like, I know we've been getting bikes since the Wii versions. I don't know why this popped into my head when I first saw it. I was like, okay, look, bikes are there, cool. I think that was obvious. That was obviously going to happen, but it's nice. One thing I'd like to see come back is like the little differences the bikes and the karts have. Like in the Wii version, the bikes were able to do a wheelie, which would give them just a small bit more speed. But then on the other side, the kart could boost even more when they're drifting, you know. I'd love to see something like that come back into this game. Anyway, back to what I was talking about. Camera crew that says MKTV on it. Nothing new again. Here, we get a good look at the classic karts and like what the new design is. It's a lot higher off the ground. Luigi's car looks pretty cool as well. If you look at the top right, you'll see the rest of the track is in a figure 8 shape, which is nothing special as we saw on the logo. But does the track look fucking huge here? That's a good bit away. Like, I know the carts go really quickly, but that is gigantic, and this is only behind the characters. And of course, then in the final seconds of it, we get a huge shot of the road and just how big it is. Now, I could be wrong, like it could be a normal size, but from this angle, this track looks massive. A much better angle of the logo here. It doesn't fully resemble an 8, but I'm guessing that's what they're going for. We get our first real look at the new Donkey Kong design that's supposed to resemble the movie. Here we get a massive Shine Sprite sign. Those are the things that you collect in the battle mode, I think. Lovely new design for the booster panels here. I really like that. The final landmark that we see in this small snippet is Yoshi's Diner. It's very clearly accessible. When you're racing on this big ass road, and like obviously you want to win, so what is the point of zooming off around this diner unless there's something hidden behind it. That's my thought. Now, if you look at it closer, you can actually see a little item here. It looks like an item. This could be the brand new item boxes, or it could be something completely new. So I'm looking at it, I'm like, okay, what's the fucking point of veering off the road, going around this diner, then going straight back on it? Like, you'll lose so much time. So there has to be something valuable there, in my opinion. For the final shot, we get a better view of the road. There's a tiny little ramp on the left-hand side here, you know, nothing special. And like, that's about it. It's a fantastic first teaser. There's a lot of stuff going on. If you slow it down and you look at it just a bit deeper, there's a lot we can take from it. And like, there's a lot of theories that we can start like pulling together now. Also, one thing I would like to mention is the brand new art style. It's not really fully discoverable if you're just watching like the trailer of nothing. It's like, oh, it's just a Mario Kart game, whatever. But if you look deeply, you can see that like all the characters are a lot more like bubbly. They're a lot more round. It looks like they're copying the design from Super Mario Wonder. I think what they're doing is they're kind of going into this all new era of Mario, all new art design. Like, it happens, like, you know, if you look at Mario, what he used to be at the very beginning to what he is now, he's gone through countless freaking changes. I think this is just a new era. I think Super Mario Wonder was the very first like game to be in this era. Obviously Donkey Kong was an exception. Like, he's completely changed. Now, another theory that some people may have is that they're trying to get the characters to look a bit more like the movie, and so when like a new Mario movie comes out, they can like incorporate into the games. They can like show you a few teasers in the games, connect both worlds, because you can't really do that when the characters are completely different looking. Now, am I a fan of that? Absolutely not. I enjoyed the Mario movie, but I don't want them to look like what they look like in the movie. Like, it's night and day, the character designs. It's just completely different. I wouldn't want to see the characters in the game be completely different to what they are now, just to resemble the movie. It also probably opens up the door that they're going to make shit ton of movies, shit ton of new TV shows and stuff like that. Like, it's alright, but I don't want to see it like ruin the game, because that's the core of Nintendo and Super Mario Bros. So yeah, ladies and gentlemen, that's all I gotta say. I'm excited. I'm really, really excited. I can't wait for April to see the Nintendo Switch 2 Direct. Really hope you enjoyed. Hope you learned something. Thanks very much for watching. Please like, subscribe. Have a good day. Goodbye.